Alright fellas, here we're back on our Pokemon Masters video. We got ourselves the rerun for Juliana and Florian. That is not Juliana and Florian. Alright, so I'm just gonna put them together and go pretty quickly over them. I don't want to say there's not too much to look at, because both these characters have received buffs since they've released. Juliana's yesterday, as of the time of, or well, today, as I guess of the time of uploading it, and Florian got his buff a few months ago in the form of his character, and also Suit Alt Elisa. Okay, how are we going to talk about this? I guess we'll talk about Juliana first. Juliana is definitely the worst of the two characters in order to actually get. She's good, for sure. She's got solid stats. She's got solid move power. Just not as many crazy buffs as what Florian's got, especially also considering the fact that she wants Sun. Her wanting Sun is not as much of a problem anymore as it was back then, but the fact she wants Sun to begin with is a little bit iffy. But she does have this here. This move, I guess Scarlet Collision Course, Collision Course, whatever. This is a pretty powerful move. It's got guaranteed crits, powers increased by 30% when super effective, defense debuffs. If the MP for Sunny Day is lower, reduces it by 1 and applies some extra buffs. She makes some with this. Basically how she works is you'll want to use her buddy move in order to set Sun and get all of the extra effects from it here, and also of course the little power buff it provides as well for being just a stronger move. It'll set Sun, it'll continue to give her power because she gets 30% buffs in Sun, she gets Sun Extension, she makes Sun on entry, and a few other things. She also has first sync move physical boost and status move MP restoration, which is for Sunny Day, giving her that already 4 sets of Sun, which is pretty crazy, and also has support when in Sun. Good stuff, right? This character's pretty crazy just in the amount of Sun that she can set, but it's also the fact that she needs Sun, or like she wants Sun, heavily wants Sun, right? That is, it's not necessarily a major issue with her, but it is something that is not nearly as good as Florian, who wants Electric Terrain, which he already sets. Okay, but with the existence of Kieran, Juliana has gained a partner that can set not only Fighting Zone, which is going to directly power up her moves, but also can set Sun himself. This makes Juliana a lot better of an option. Is she better than Suit Bead? It's more so a question of which one you have. If you don't have either, then I mean, having Juliana now is not bad, but at the same time, if one of your biggest goals is trying to complete the Fighting Tower, Bead is a necessary option. Those special stages are just terrible. I think you can do them you might be able to do them without him, but I think you're gonna need some really solid luck, because like Wally and Costume Diantha are not cutting it. Bead makes it so much easier, and he's a Pokefair. He's gonna rerun more than Juliana. Ironically though, she's the quickest rerunning Master Fair. I mean, look at this. Released February of this year. It is August. 6 months rerun is pretty crazy. But anyway, she has gained a massive buff if you've got Kieran. If you do not go for Kieran, I would not go for Juliana. Your priority between these two should be Bead anyway, but even if you want Juliana more, I would not go for Juliana if you're not going for Kieran. I would not go for really either of them if you're not going for Kieran. Okay, maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but like, Kieran is a very solid character to enhance fighting types. He's one of the best enhancers, obviously, for the type. And you're going to really want him over pretty much any other option. But then after that, you're really going to want Bead. So Juliana is in a situation where she's a good option. But for the main content that you're going to want a specific type for, which is currently the tower, she is a good option for the physical stages. But you're going to want a special option, and that's going to be Bead. And Bead can do physical damage anyway. Right, that's the big thing there. And also Fighting just has other options outside of her. Like, if you don't even have Juliana, but you have Bead, and even if Bead's not a good enough damage dealer, you've still got physical options like Ray, Riley, Champion Bianca's a very big one too. Champion Hop. Like, there are far more physical fighting options than special, obviously. But Juliana overall is very solid. She's got solid multipliers. She's got Inertia, Solar Flare right there. These sync move multipliers here. She's got, obviously, the buff from level 180, giving her some extra offensive stats. Well, stats in general, but offensive stats primarily. Over 500 attack, nearly 1,000 HP. Not really great special defense, but good defense, good speed as well. She's decent on gauge because she's able to max her speed. She's able to give some good support as well for allies. 20% sync move and move support, as well as having a master passive with some good abilities as well. What is her cookie? Yeah, debut physical boost. Yeah, okay, sure. She gives herself a lot of physical moves next as well, and a whole lot of sun setting. I mean, she's got Solar Sync here in the grid as well. I believe that's 5 sets of sun that she can do, all of them being extended under Drought Alert 5. So that's some good stuff. That really can be some very good stuff for her. But of course, again, she wants to be run with Kieran. And that's my big take on this character. Florian is in a lot better of a spot because he is... very oftentimes you will find characters that need 2 different weather effects. Yeah, two different weather effects to be, or not weather effects, but like weather terrain zone effects to be pretty hard to work around. Thankfully, Juliana has a partner in Kieran, so it's not that big of a deal. Florian only needs one thing anyway. He only needs electric terrain, which he is very, very good at setting. He's got a lower offensive stat, but he does significantly make up for it. Let's see, level 180. I mean, 448 special attack is not bad. Sorry, 468 special attack isn't bad. It's just lower compared to a lot of other damage-dealing characters. But again, he does have the buff, considering all of Electric's amazing partners, like Champion Blue is a big one, but now, since he's released, Signasuit Iono. Iono's ability to set EX electric terrain and be alongside partners like Florian or both, frankly, Florian or Signasuit Alt Elisa, again, or both, makes Florian's damage so good and so streamlined. Electro Drift itself isn't that impressive. He does have the Buddy Electro Drift, which... what is the power buff? Text power is increased by 30% when super effective. Moves not powerful targets. Increases sync move up next by 10. Yeah, the move itself is not that strong. Okay, sorry, it's not that. It is strong. Hold on, let me backtrack there. Yeah, this move is very strong. 420 power. All enemies no split damage. That's very good. Big thing is that he gets 10 sync move up next, which then increases his sync move effect, which he's got brain power and sync induction there. Does he have any other multipliers? Sorry, he's got a 30% special attack increase in electric terrain, so that helps out a lot there as well. I don't think, yeah, okay. But he does have that 30% special attack increase for extra outside multipliers, but then he's got that 10 sync move up next to really make the difference there. Because if I'm remembering right, I don't think, yeah, okay, no, Iono does do sync move up next increase. There's not too many crazy sync move up next buffers for electric, at least for allies, but Florian does have access to that completely by himself. And of course, he's got so much electric terrain setting that it's very, very good for those setups where you want to run him with Signasuit Alt Iono, which of course is most of them, because he's got the ability. Doesn't he set it on sync as well? It's I'll be honest, it's somewhere in here, man. I don't remember. But he's got the electric terrain right here, which he will set anytime he needs to. He's also got debut electric terrain. As well as, this is Restore Buddy Move MP. Yeah, Restoring Buddy Move MP the first time he uses Electric Terrain, oh my gosh. But he's got this, First Sync Move Restore Status Move. This gives him even more Electric Terrain setting right here. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. It's been a while since I've looked at these characters, kids, I do apologize. But yeah, he's got himself 4 sets of Electric Terrain, which is very, very good with Iono here. And doesn't he extend it? Did I read that? Yeah, extension. So that 50% extension, even better for that character. And to go even further with it, these characters I'm pretty sure have beaten all ultimate battles by themselves. Trio. No support ultimate battle stuff. Yeah, that's how strong and how oppressive their damage is. Especially when, you know, if you do run them with a character like Signasuit Elisa. Elisa does not struggle for setting electric terrain either. She sets it every time she uses her buddy move. Well, uses the MP here. So there's another 2 uses of electric terrain right there. She sets it on her max move with max lightning. I believe she's got another set of it somewhere in here, man. Again, there's just so much in these characters' kits nowadays. She also has extension herself, so that's another set of it basically. Yeah, sorry, first sync move, restore status move right here. So this is another set of electric terrain with this character, and that's just another buff for Florian. And even if you don't have Elisa, take Elisa out of the equation, you run like Champion Blue as a 3rd slot or whatever, or someone else. Him with Iono is still really, really good. Iono's got her own set of electric terrain with her field roll right there, as well as, of course, the initial setting of it. I believe she's got extension somewhere. These characters tend to come with extension. I just don't really fucking know where. Again, my bad, but look at this shit. Okay. Look at all this character comes with, okay? It does not seem like she has any extension of any kind, but that's okay, because Florian has a 50% extension on his own, so that's extra 50 seconds of electric terrain, an extra 3 sets he can do by him, like 4 when the EX electric terrain is actually set up. which of course I don't really have to state why that's good, but that is, if Electric again is already stupid strong, Florian is just another character to help enhance that because of all the Electric terrain setting he can do, his very good AoE nuking ability, his very, very good buddy move damage here. His DPS I don't think is anything crazy, but it is definitely nothing to like completely shrug off. He's got debuffs on it, he's got power induction here, he's got ramming speed here, he's got a 50% chance of special moves next buffing right there. You know, like he's got stuff, and he's also got a ton of sync countdown. Juliana also does have that. I want to keep that in mind. Juliana does also have a lot of sync countdown, but Florian's ability to do so much sync acceleration on a team that's already capable of doing so much damage very quickly is just going to make the onslaught even better. It's like really what helps enhance that onslaught. Like this is -3 sync countdown right here, -3 sync countdown right here. That's a lot of it's like sprint roll stuff basically. Yeah, I mean, Florian's pretty insane, and Florian's going to be very insane for Electric for a while just because he does so many sets of it. He's like the modern day kind of like Kieran or Carmine, or like modern day. He's also modern day. he's in a similar situation of like Kieran and Carmine, where they're able to set like 4 or 5 sets of their weather terrain zone effect, and they're going to be stupid good for their EX electric terrain or EX zone, EX weather setter, whichever the case would be for, you know, all of them respectively. And well, Florian's already shown that does pay off a load with a character like Iono here, who he benefits immensely with. And also, of course, you know, they have amazing synergy, both being Paldea, giving that Paldea master passive right there as well. Just another reason to really, really like that combination, especially because Iono will be rerunning as well in a special, not a special scout, but a select scout, as well as if you get super lucky, you can get her off of the 100 free pairs tickets, right? Or you could have gotten her off of your 5 Pokefair tickets for the beginner missions and stuff, right? Like, there's a ton of chances to have gotten this character. There will be a ton of chances in the future due to how often Pokefairs rerun. And Florian is a very good investment for electric-type teams. One of the best options. Like, you can live without Florian. I don't want to say, like, oh, if you don't have Florian, you lose. But, like, you know, he's very, very helpful. Because, again, you can run without Florian. You can do Signasuit Iono. You can do Signasuit Elise as a partner. You know, and then probably throw on someone like Champion Blue or Chase or whatever. And, you know, you've got yourself a very solid electric core right there. Florian just makes it so much more oppressive. On the side of fighting, again, a combo of Kieran or Signasuit Bead are better than Juliana, just, you know, inherently making her value a good bit less. But if you don't have Bead and you need another good fighting option to run with Kieran, Juliana is pretty much second best, okay? And so that is going to be, that's a good position for her to be in terms of value. I mean, they're both good characters. You can't really go wrong with going for either of them. It's just in my case, out of all of them, who would I recommend most? I'm not sure if I would recommend going for Florian. Out of both of them, I would say Florian's best to go for, but out of Kieran, Florian, or Juliana, which would I go for most? I would say Kieran is the most valuable to pick up just because of how much he enhances the fighting type. Florian is a stronger character, just straight up. I think so anyway. But he can be supplemented relatively without much issue just because of how strong Signasuit Alisa and Signasuit Iono both are. Like, this character is insane. This character is Master Fair level. Literally just insane. Especially when she's super awakened, she just runs away with the I mean, Dynamax runaway. Runway. Not runaway. Runaway. Just insane. I almost threw up. Oh, God. Okay, gotta stop yapping. 13 minutes. Yeah, sure. We'll call it there. Point being, I think these are both good characters to go for. I think Florian is the better option to go for. Juliana's not a bad one, though. But out of both of them, I would say Kieran is the most valuable simply because of how much he enhances fighting. Though, if you're in the case of being a new player, for one, just save for the anniversary. Don't go for any of these characters. You're going to be fine without them for a few weeks until the anniversary drops, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. But just between these three, or like for like a new player who just wants a strong option, I think Florian is still going to be the better option than Kieran, just because Kieran is mostly going to be used as a good enhancer. He's got good damage. Let's not twist the words. He's got great damage. It's just that Florian is so much more straightforward to use and still has major uses later in the game compared to Kieran, who is harder to use, I think, without partners, or at least he doesn't have as much good effects without partners because he mostly acts as an enhancer for other characters, where Florian is both acting as an enhancer and a main damage dealer. He gets a lot better with having Signasuit Iono as a partner, but even if you don't have her, he is still very, very, very strong, right? That's just my kind of thoughts. That's my thoughts over these characters. Again, I would say the priority should be Kieran, Florian, Juliana, but if you're a super new player, probably Florian, then Kieran and Juliana. I'd say Juliana stays last, but also Juliana's still straightforward, so I can see why a new player would want to go for her. Either way, just go for who you like. I mean, that's all there is to it. You know, they've both got their amazing setups. They both got their value. That's all there really is to it. Say what you want. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. I'll see you later. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace.